So I'm curious, if you're not traveling quite as much, Riley, then where do you find some of your own creative inspiration to like refill your creative tank around here? Because I know that I draw a lot of creative inspiration from travel as well. That's kind of where I find a lot of design inspiration. But when you're here being mom, raising kids, running a big business, what are some of the things that fill you?
No, it just is happenstance. It's like I'll go visit Scott from Slightly Choppy, and I walk into his office. I mean, your head's ready to explode with the way he layers and the way he hand stitches, and so it's kind of. That sounds so mundane, like it's everywhere, but
it's not mundane.
I always think I have to leave Orange County to get,
and you don't.
And you don't, but I think I said in your little the email blast you did. This sounds so weird, but I go to New York a lot. Well, not a lot, but let's say 3 times a year, and I'm obsessed with bathrooms there, like in cool restaurants and hotels.
Yes,
and because there's no rules, so they don't have to deal with it. I mean, they probably do have to deal with ADA, but I go in there, I'm like, I never thought of that. They twist it. They're like my Quicksilver days.
Yes,
they're going like this. And
well, even you referenced fashion. I know Slightly Choppy is the flags and all of that, but there's so many. Stitch details, things like that you say, like, and I will take 10,000 photos of things that just inspire me in my own town, in a different town, traveling internationally. I don't care if it's a hotel, like it's an airplane bathroom, whatever. Like now I think I'm a tortured soul. I think all designers probably are, that I can't just walk into a room. I don't care what type of room it is. It could be the most mundane doctor's office, but I'm sitting in a chair and I'm like, that's an interesting way they edge banded the something on the something. Then I take pictures. Then I never even look back at those pictures. I'm like, why do I have 10,000 pictures? Because he's taking the time to really look at them.
Yeah, same. Or that's a really interesting mitered edge on that tile. I wonder how they did that. Then I walk up and feel it. Then I'm taking a really close up photo.
And
that
how
when
can
I'm looking
I
back,
translate this to a bathroom or something?
Exactly. But then once again, I'm not looking back at those photos. And when I'm cleaning up my images, I'll find them.
Or like you're on an airplane.
Yes.
Delete. And like at one point that meant something to you.
Oh my gosh, I had I don't even remember. I mean, well north of 10,000 photos, and we had no Wi-Fi coming back on an international trip. And I literally sat, and and it was like I lost 5 pounds. I got off the plane, my husband and I were sitting separately, and I looked at him and I was like, I'm down to 975 photos. And even he was like, what? Yeah. And it felt so good. At first I was like, I might want to look at that one day. And then I was like, screw it. There's no way I'm ever looking at that again. Yeah. And I just was deleting everything. It felt fantastic.
Feels good, right?
I know. But it's all somewhere, I'm telling myself anyway, that it's all still in my brain, or then I'm going to be really mad if I'm like, I know I took a picture in this cool hotel and now I deleted it, so it's gone forever.
Yep.
And I feel like if I take the time to get my camera out and take a photo, I almost think like maybe there's a connection to my brain and I'll remember it.
Yep.
But it's like highlighting I can justify anything, or I can rationalize. It's like highlighting a book when you're studying for an exam. Like, somehow that physical act of highlighting that is like cementing it in my brain.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Totally. It's like, hey, brain, pay attention to this.